Welcome back to my channel, guys. In today's video I'll be working on a Toyota Tacoma. I think it's about a 2014 and it's for a customer. He just brought me the car. Let's go outside, walk outside, and I'll show you the damage. Alrighty guys, here it is, Toyota Tacoma. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 2014. This thing looks like a very light damage until you actually look really close. I mean, obviously radiator support is getting replaced. That's common sense, and it's a very interesting hit because the reinforcement bar is not damaged, but look at the actual frame. Let me get a better view over here. Right here, look at the actual frame. It went in a good bit. I don't know how is that possible that the crash bar is not damaged but the actual frame is. Maybe the insurance company swapped out the crash bar. I could be wrong, but let's go ahead and get it up on the frame machine and start inspecting a little more, get it up on some blocks, and probably start pulling it out. Okay, so I took the crash bar out, and this is my contraption here that I made. Frame is this type of work that you just learn new things as you go. I cut a little section off the rail right here, that way I can fit my chain in there, and I ran a bolt from this side to this side right here, and I put my chain through the bolt. Let's see if I can get it to focus in there. Probably not, but anyway, I've never tried this before. This chain should be able to hold a whole ton of pressure. I guess we'll go ahead and try it out. Hopefully this bolt can hold up as well, and hopefully I can get this buckle out. Alright guys, so I pulled out as much as possible, and I actually went ahead and cut this section out. It's right here. I will have to straighten it out over here on the frame machine, and then probably weld it back on there just like I did on the Tundra. But before I do that, over here there's a couple buckles right here, and also right there. And I'm assuming once I start pulling this section right now, all this is supposed to fall back into place. I might have to hammer it down a little bit. Alrighty guys, so here is what it looks like. It's a lot better, nice and straight, and here's the top, nice and straight as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue with straightening out this piece. I went ahead and split it in half. That's gonna be the easiest way for me to straighten this stuff out. If I won't be able to straighten it out, I will probably just call the dealer and see if they have anything like this. Usually the dealer sells the whole frame, and if there's no such a thing as a end piece like this, then I will have to do my best and straighten this out. So here's the piece. I've been beating on it and beating on it. I mean, this thing looks nasty. There's no way I'm reusing this piece. So I went to the local junkyard and went ahead and cut this frame piece out, which is even better. I'm just gonna reuse this whole thing, and this will be my weld seam right here, maybe a little bit shorter, we'll see. And over here I will probably just cut it and connect it. So I mean, this will be a lot easier than what I'm trying to do right now. So let's go ahead and start measuring and cutting. Alright guys, so I went ahead and cut the donor piece, and I put some tack welds here and over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some measurements, and if everything lines up, I will probably go ahead and weld it completely, and then I'll start on the radiator support. Alright guys, so all the measurements turn out to be good on this side, actually on both sides, and so now I'm going to go ahead and take the old radiator support off and mount the new one on, and I'm going to check all the gaps before I start welding the actual frame rail in. Alright guys, the radiator support is off. Man, talk about a lot of spot welds. This is insane. I mean, there's like literally behind and the front, there's like everywhere spot welds, but it's okay, I got it out. I'm gonna go ahead and try to test fit the new one, and we'll see how all the gaps line up, and then we can go ahead and start welding. Alright guys, so I got the top half of the parts mounted on. This is just a rough mock-up, so I mean everything is pretty loose, like it moves very easy, so this of course has to be a little bit adjusted, but mainly all the gaps, everything looked pretty good. They might have to be readjusted just a little bit, but for me, I need to just see roughly if most of the stuff aligns pretty good, then I am good to weld, because everything else, there's always a little play in the fenders, headlights, so you can always like move them a little bit, like an eighth of an inch or whatever, so it's not that bad. So now that we know that most of the gaps look pretty good, I can go ahead and start welding in the frame piece, and then I will prep the radiator support and I'll start welding that as well. Alright guys, so I got the filter on, now I can go ahead and start welding. Alrighty guys, so I sprayed undercoating on here. This thing actually looks really good. You can't even tell it's been replaced. You don't even see the seam. Same thing with this. It looks really good here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry up, and tomorrow I will start on the radiator support. Alrighty guys, everything is dried up. This thing looks really good actually. I'm very surprised how actually smooth and everything it came out. It just looks perfect, and same with this right here. So now we're gonna move on to the radiator support. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it on there and probably bolt it on a couple self-tappers, and throw on all the parts once again, make sure everything fits, and then we're gonna start welding it. Alright guys, final rough mock-up. The gaps look pretty good. The hood and everything aligns pretty good. It's probably good to go to start welding the radiator support. Fenders, everything aligned perfect. I mean, over here it's not bolted on, of course, but I'm not worried about that. The main thing for me is the gaps right here, headlights and everything. Of course it's not bolted down. It looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and start welding the radiator support. Alrighty guys, so now it's ready for welding. I'm going to weld this one. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to weld it from the back. That way when you look in the front, it doesn't look like it's been replaced or anything. We'll see how that turns out. If it turns out good, I might do that on the other cars as well, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to record while I'm welding this one, because if I'm welding from the back, it's going to be hard to get a good view and stuff. So I hope you guys don't mind me not showing how I'm welding on this one. Alrighty guys, the support is welded, and here, let me show you guys how it looks from the front. This thing actually looks really good. You can't, I mean, of course you can tell it's been welded, of course, but I just don't have to grind the front. All I have to do is just grind the back where I welded it, and put some seam sealer on the back, and most likely the front can be just sanded down and sprayed white, and that's it. And here's this side. Looks really good. I'm gonna take off this self-tapper out of there and go ahead and start grinding it. Alright guys, so I applied some seam sealer to all the weld spots, and this side. So now I am probably going to start assembling the fenders, the headlights, and the bumper, and get this thing off the frame machine. Alrighty guys, this is the final gaps. This is how they're gonna look. Let me see if I can get some good shots. Alright, so everything looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up this area real quick and go ahead and take the truck off the frame machine. Alright guys, so before I end today's video, I want to do a little quick walkthrough of the final gaps. Show you guys how everything turned out. Everything looks really good on this truck. I'm actually very happy with how this truck turned out. Hopefully the customer will be happy as well. And I'm pretty sure you guys remember how the damage was. I'm going to show you guys one more time. There it is. There's the frame rail that I replaced. It looks really good. So yeah, so that is going to be it for this one. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also guys, don't forget to hit that post notification button. Make sure you like my videos and share them with your friends. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.